Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. Over in the kitchen tonight because it's cold. The shed's cold anyway. The beer room rather, the tap room. But yeah, it's a bit warm in the house. Not much warmer, but it's warmer. Today I'm reviewing from Little Brewing Company, based in Derby, Shaftesbury Street in Derby, Unit 9, Robinson Industrial Estate. And it's their King George Best Bitter. I've had this on cask, tasting absolutely spot on, so it's nice to see it in can and see what it's like. Um, and it says he's not our king yet, but one day. For now, George will have to be named after the field near where the spiritual uh, homeland of the brewery. I have already read it, to be fair, but I can't see in this light. The light coming down is good. The light for me to read is rubbish. The hops are Bramlin Cross, Goldings, Fuggles, and First Gold. Tasting those malty backbone with a hint of blackcurrant. So, oh, here we go. Do apologise for the glass. And the pour. Oh my gosh, I poured that one. Straight away though, lovely crystal clear pour on this, despite I must have wobbled the cans as I brought it into the kitchen. And I've just done a beer haul video as well, so I've probably been moving the cans around. But as you can see, it's a lovely, what would you call that? Gold, copper gold pour. I'm never good with colours. Yeah, so lovely. You can smell the malt, and you can definitely get that hint of blackcurrant. Oh, after a long, cold day, got to work this morning, got a pheasant following me around, and it's been following me around last week. In fact, it kept diving in front of the ride-on mower, which is not the best thing to do with a ride-on mower. Anyway, it's following me around. I got a video of it on Facebook, like a dog. Come on, like, come on, doggy. Woof. And next minute, turn the camera off, and next minute, tried to peck my leg, and that was it then, Whoa, there are limits. And yeah, throughout the day, we fell out, and it got to the stage where I chucked a ball at it, towards it, and it actually chased the ball, and it was pecking the ball. You vicious little fella. So, but yeah, it's been a really cold day. I've been mowing today, and it's I really hate being a gardener at times. I know that brewery people are similar to me because in the summer it's baking hot in breweries, and in the winter it's freezing in breweries. Very similar to the sort of temperatures that I'm. Although when it rains, they're actually indoors, so it's not so bad. Unless you're the one washing the casks down. So, yeah, all good fun. One of these days, I'll do that. I'll go to a brewery and do that side of things, and the cask side of things and all that, just to see how it is. Being a hard worker, it doesn't bother me. I mean, I've done a brew at Lincoln Green, so clearing out the mash tun wasn't a problem for me. Scooping out a ton of malt is not really hard. So as we can see now, lovely crystal clear pour. The head's dissipated down rather nicely. Oh, smells lovely, lovely maltiness to it. So it's the sort of temperature this is. It's been on our stairs, and our stairs is quite cold, cooler than the rest of the house. Although with a composite door and a sealed door, you wouldn't think it would be, but it still is. Yeah, it's tasting the sort of temperature you get in a cellar, that 12 degrees sort of temperature. So it's not keg temperature. There's always that thing to remember. Keg is around about, I don't know, 5 or 6 degrees, something like that. That coming from a fridge. Cask is always a bit warmer, like not lukewarm, but warmer. And yeah, this is not far off that sort of temperature, and it's really bringing out the flavour. Oh, I don't think there's anything better um, than to come home and have a nice relaxing beer and get yourself out of the cold. We've just dropped a cake off in the middle of Nottingham, and the roads, there's so many people on the road at 7 o'clock at night, and it's like, what are you doing? Get yourselves home. It's snowing, or trying to snow, sleety snow, and why are you out in it? Get home. I cannot understand. I mean, if you have to go out, fair dues, but it always seems to me that when it rains, literally everybody's on the road. Balmy, absolutely balmy. It's got a nice dryness to the back end. Just makes me wish for the weekend. We've got into this habit now where we've got some good friends, and funnily enough, it's because of my wife going running that, and pallying up with these ladies. And obviously, between the ladies, there's the husbands, me being one of them, obviously. Obviously, I like beer. You may notice. And I've got a friend who's he's big into his beers and quite opinionated as well. He'll say it how it is, and he's not bothered about it. He's not a beer reviewer, so he's not trying to maybe not ruffle feathers, but he'd make a good beer reviewer, to be honest. He'd upset a couple of local brewers, but there you go. But this going out at the weekend, we go to the pubs, mainly in Beeston, to be fair. And it's like, what have they got on today? And you walk in and that anticipation of the beers that are coming on, I absolutely love it. I really do. Yeah, I mean, this is where I found Little Brewing's beers on cask. Obviously, I already knew about the rebrand. I think it was just before Christmas, because Adventure Beer had a lot of the beers on then, and I've still got to go through some of the beers because of reasons, i.e. saving up for a wedding, vow renewal. I haven't been as active in buying new beers. I'm still doing the reviews, but I've done more cask beer reviews. Hence, like King George, I've actually reviewed it on cask. Although the day I actually did it, sadly, it was at the end of the cask. Although it tasted absolutely spot on, it wasn't as clear as it should have been. And obviously, doing reviews, I forgot that day to actually say about it. I think I did mention about it. It doesn't look at what it as it should have done at the time. But yeah, today, lovely, crystal clear, good carbonation, good enough, nice head. And the nose, the black one, is quite prominent in can. It's amazing how different sometimes can and cask is. Oh, after a long day in the cold, I don't think there's anything better. I really don't. A nice beer in the warm, with your scruffy jumper on. You've been working and painting, but yeah, and I haven't checked out, but I don't know if Little Brewing do beer in kegs, mini kegs. I have to check that out. For those watching the channel, me and my wife, we've been married 25 years this year on July the 11th. On July the 14th, we're actually having a wedding vow renewal over at my Cockliff workplace. And you'd think, it's Cockcliffe Workplace, you might get it cheaper, but yeah. Was that a pig? A little bit cheaper, maybe, but not much. But so yeah, I'm collating, trying to get mini kegs from lots of different breweries if they do mini kegs. And obviously I can't get them too early because people say to me, "Oh, don't buy them until unless it's about a month beforehand." And it's like, oh God. So looks like I got some fun on the month before. I've got some right fun. I suppose by waiting, I'm not. I haven't got to worry about storing them. I mean, I can store them at work if need be. We're lucky. We've got a cellar at work which is reasonably cool. Basically like a normal pub cellar. So that might be an idea. But yeah. And that's what I'm brewing here as well. As you'll see in the background, the first of the Raggies special barrel beers that I'm going to do. Yeah, a massive imperial stout. So, yeah, so looking forward to it. But yes, I must check out Little Brewing, see if they actually do mini kegs. Because you damn well know, yes, it may be my wedding vows. Raggy Beer Festival. I've built the bar, not the bar, but the beer wall that's going to be at the beer festival. I'm going to try and scrounge a load of pump clips from some of the local pubs I go into and say, "Got any pump clips that you don't want?" And put a load of pump clips on and get it looking bob on. And that's my open aspirations. I've got plans on what I'm going to do. I want it to look great, and it's, to me, it's a celebration of our marriage, celebration of our family, and it's a celebration of our hobbies. My wife's doing a wedding cake. There may well be a beer themed cake there in some form. I was going to have a beer cake with a barrel that you actually open the barrel and you can get the beer coming out of. We'll see how that works. See if she can be bothered. I've actually got the a barrel to do that, I suppose. It might be just too much hassle. And then I've got my beer festival, 20 to 25 different mini kegs, 40 pinters, well, near 40 pints, depends if I can be bothered to put it all into a barrel. I might keep 10 pints aside of each, just for aging purposes, as you do. So, enjoying this, letting the air get to it, as I always do with beer reviews. Slight tangents in the beer review. The beer is always the priority and always what's the beer review is about. But as you can see, it's looking great. Really excited to see what this brewery come out with. They've had some good stellar releases so far. They're only from what I see on the internet. I can only go on what I see on social media. I don't actually know the people at all. Yeah, and even though they're from Derby, I hold no grudges. Alter Ego and Bang Elephants from Derby as well, and Shiny and Pentridge. So yeah, Ashover. So there's some good breweries in Derby, Thornbridge, Buxton. So yeah, they're amongst great company. I'm super interested to see where they go in the future. It's simple graphics. It works, looks good, modern looking, and going down well in the pubs as well. I watch what people do. If I'm sat near somebody and I know they're drinking the same, I say, how's it tasting, and get that feedback, because I'm there anyway. And if someone says, "Oh yeah, it's quite nice, mate. I'm getting this. I'm getting lovely." Not everybody's interested in what they're getting. They just want a nice beer. And at the end of the day, most people aren't trying to pick out flavours. They're just saying, I find that really drinkable. It's lovely. My wife would enjoy this. She likes her best bitter. She's not keen on any of the tropical beers, and she does like a stout. So this is certainly down Mrs. Raggy Avenue. God, that could be a hashtag. So for me, King George. It's nice to have it in its form it's in tonight. I'll hold it like that for a minute. It's been a great review. I've enjoyed this review. Do apologise for that glass. I've actually got a Little Brewing glass in the shed that I scrounged from the Star Inn. We kind of asked and they said, yeah, go on, have one. So we did, which was very kind of them. So the next, the other beer I've got in the beer hall, I will actually do that. Like I say, it's for me, it's like a modern best bitter. It's got a bit of flavour to it. That blackcurrant really does come through, and it helps. It helps modernise the bitter, and you know, it accentuates that craft beer look of the can. For me, a good 4.3 out of 5. And like I say, really interested to see where this brewery goes in the future. You know, I will be watching and with bated breath. And thank God for Adventure Beer, because Adventure Beer is for the East Midlands the #1 resource for all of us to keep our eyes on what beers are coming out. If he still manages to get the beers, you know, when we're in production. Thank you for watching. See you soon.